It's Kim Daniela here, and welcome back to part 2 of the show on medical marijuana. As promised, I'm here outside the Higher Path Dispensary in Sherman Oaks, California. We're about to go inside and meet my friends. Right, so my first question, I'm going to ask each of you if you want to give me like a quick 30-second sort of answer. What got you into this business?
I lived in a small house in San Francisco, and I started growing underneath my stairs with one light, and it turned out to be kind of fun and easy. And then I looked at I never wanted to be a drug dealer, so I was like, if this isn't a business, then it's not something I'm really gonna do. So I started a collective about 11 years ago, and this one's been open for almost 2 years now. So I came down here to kind of bring the education of more the medicinal side of the plant.
So I actually moved here from Boston, and he's mentioning education, and living a college student in Boston, I had no idea what was what. And it just so happened I applied and I got a job, and I learned so much, and it was just something that became a passion. And the more you learn, the more you want to learn more, and the more you realize you can help people.
I was actually in between jobs, and I got introduced to a Vietnam War veteran that owned a collective, owned a dispensary in San Francisco, and he had PTSD. He had a lot of kind of personal problems left over from the war, and he had a small patient base, mainly of older, disabled, lots of other veterans, and I really saw what a change, what a difference he was making in their lives.
Tell me a little, the Higher Path. A little about the name. Is it more than just the obvious?
The foundation for the Higher Path, I mean, obviously it's a kind of a double entendre to be able to talk about being higher. I think that's the obvious one, but I think a lot of it is about the spirituality behind it. I mean, it's been part of ceremonies for millenniums, so it's like we can't necessarily just say that it's just a plant. It's part of a ceremony, it's part of people's religious beliefs. And we, in this kind of Western culture, kind of maybe, I can't say demonized it, but we've kind of used it a little bit more recreationally, and maybe not as spiritually or in a kind of religious setting.
And so in your time here, like, what type of clientele have you found that come in here?
Definitely a goal of a demographic we were trying to target. I felt like females and kind of older, like, I can't say, maybe like the senior citizen sort of demographic was just underserved. And so when I came here, I came to just this one area. I think we looked at over 40 different locations before this one was decided on because of the demographic that's here. It's a softer sort of environment, and that was the goal, so that when you come in here, you do feel safe, you do feel taken care of, and it's not just a cattle call of product. After we've targeted that kind of demographic and age group now, we kind of see that everyone is seeing that they want something a little bit more of a service industry for this, not just a product.
So you're educating everybody that works here, that comes into here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we want a highly educated patient. Like our client base, there's such a demand for information out there. And like Jared was mentioning, that's where we're trying to change the conversation towards more medically, more educational focus here.
What do patients usually come in here to heal?
You know, the thing about this industry is you can never judge a book by its cover. If they're looking for a pain inhibition or insomnia, all the way to the more quote unquote serious illnesses for which marijuana provides relief, such as Crohn's, MS, various cancer patients.
Part of it now is because there's so much more education in the mass media, now people who do have these like ailments and diseases that don't have a lot of success through Western medicine are now seeing this might be a benefit to at least try it.
They're being drawn to this because there's so much heat about medical marijuana.
And doctors now who don't have the ability to prescribe it directly are now starting to see the benefits too. And this is a plant that kind of offers very few side effects other than, munchies and euphoria and excessive smiling. We've yet to see a marijuana-related death, at least for an overdose. So with that kind of stuff, this is probably one of the safer medicines that are out there.
On that note, join us again next week where we'll continue this story by checking out some of the products. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to subscribe.